Okay, we have got a MIDI item here, which had been recorded without a metronome. Free performance. I'm no keyboarder, so this is not a very sophisticated performance, but it's okay for this matter. What I'm going to be showing you is how to match Reaper's grid to this freewheeled MIDI performance. So if I play it back, just as it had been recorded, but with the click of 120 BPM engaged, we see makes no sense. So it has no relationship to Reaper's grid. And the first thing we have to do is disable snapping and then shift this over to a whole bar like this. And then we have to make sure that this track is set to a time base of time. I've got a toolbar button for it, but you can also do it in the right-click menu of the track and set it to a time base of time. Next thing is we hit F2 to open up the item properties of the MIDI item and then go to Properties and check this check mark and click on Apply. All this is to keep the MIDI item's tempo intact while we are warping the grid around it. Now everything is prepared, and what we're going to do is tapping on the M key, which for me is associated with the action to insert a marker. I'll be quickly inserting one here at the beginning by hitting the M key, and then the next markers will be inserted while playing back the performance. Let's see if I get it right without the click engaged. It's important to keep on tapping during this long chord at the end. I'm going back a little to add a few markers until the end of the chord. Okay, now let's fine-tune the timing. So the first was okay, then I was a little bit too early. It's fairly easy to find the beats in this performance. May get a bit trickier in other performances, but still the method is fairly quick. Now what we're going to do is insert just one other marker at the same distance as those before the first downbeat to have a starting measure. And once this is done and fine-tuned, which is totally okay now, we will be able to quantize this later. We just need to run one action, which is convert project markers to tempo markers. SWS extension action. So we simply trigger this action and keep these settings, or if you have other settings shown, you change it appropriately. And then we hit convert and close this, and we're done. So now if I engage the metronome, okay, so now that we have got this, we have all the tempo fluctuations here. What we're going to do is simply glue this item now and then extend it to the next bar with snapping enabled. And then we may just copy this item and then insert it into another project with a different tempo. This project has a tempo of 94. Let's put it to 82. It's not yet quantized, but and we can possibly work with this. And if we want it to be quantized, we just go into the quantize menu, make sure that we have chosen the right values, and then quantize it. So now matches up perfectly with whatever tempo we import it into. Well, that's it. Everything you need is make sure to set this track to time base of time after the recording. Open up the MIDI items properties and check this check mark, which now has gone because I glued it in the meantime. That's where it lost this check mark. You then go through the whole song by tapping each beat, inserting a normal project marker. You then fine-tune all these markers, positions. You keep adding markers if you have a long chord at the end. Then you glue the item, extend its beginning to the beat before the first notes occur. And then you run this action, convert project markers to tempo markers. Fairly obvious thing to do. And then you are ready to go. If you don't want to quantize it, keep it humanized. Okay, thanks for watching.